Real Estate 101 with Boyle Team Real Estate.
Hi, it's Marlene Boyle from the Boyle Team. We are here with our Seller Series podcast, episode 1, and we are here with our lovely, infamous Becky, who is our home stager and has been for the past approximately 8 years. Welcome, Becky.
Thank you.
And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Becky, and I've been working with the team, like you said, for about 8 years. Working exclusively with you and the team, it really fuels my passion for interior design, home decor, and organization. So I love helping others, happy to bring a fresh kind of professional perspective to the home, to the property, by like rearranging, organizing, adding furniture and home decor, and basically creating a style that buyers want to aspire. So.
And our sellers love Becky and her style. Yes, she's very good. So Becky, can you tell us, I get this question all the time, do I need to stage my home? I know it's an inconvenience and whatnot, but I tell them, yes, you do. Can you tell us your opinion? Why do you feel the sellers need to stage their home?
Yeah, well, I think it just brings you like that one step closer to selling your home there. Like you want to highlight the home's best assets, you want to dress it to impress. And then hopefully that just helps it sell quickly, and then for top dollar as well. So.
Right, exactly. It is proven we get more money staging a home.
Yes.
So it is worth going through that hassle. And in the end, I always tell my sellers, for decluttering, you have to move the stuff anyways.
Yes.
So whether you move it before you move or whether you move it a day before closing, it has to be done.
Absolutely.
So if you do the work ahead of time, your house is gonna present better.
Yeah.
And it's easier at the end anyways.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
So.
100% there.
Can you share the staging process that we use with our
Absolutely.
clients?
For sure. So first and foremost, I meet with the client for a scheduled stage consult. So basically, I go into the home, we get a quick tour of the house, tour room to room. I'll talk as we go there and, initial thoughts on what they should pack up, what they should move out. And we just talk as we go through. I do like to take some photos so that I can plan my stage. So, after I leave there, what I'll do is I'll do a deep detailed planning of the home there, just depending on what I'm working with, right? Like what are the colors are, what the flooring, the walls. And then I'll follow up with an email and listing room by room there, just exactly what they should pack up, what they should move out there as I plan what I'm going to bring into the space as well.
Right.
And again, just depending on what fits in there. Ideally, we try to use as much as we can of their furniture, but as you know, like less is more. And we do try to, just like, we'll get to that too, like just decluttering and, lightening up the space there.
And even paint colors, I know in the email, a lot of times Becky will suggest paint colors.
Absolutely.
Just to help them to brighten up a space or that type of
Yeah,
thing.
color's not really for
Modernize it.
everybody. And then, right now you're just trying to, get attention like for the potential buyer to kind of visualize their place as their own there too. So you just want to really neutralize that. So just going something very simple, like neutral on the walls, and then just adding your pop of color and stuff with your accessories.
Great.
So.
What would you say is the priority when staging a listing?
Yeah, so for sure. So I call them the 3Ds. So declutter, depersonalize, and deep clean. So with declutter, again, less is more. So you want to go in, you want to clear your surfaces, your countertops. You want to pack up all the little knickknacks, trinkets like small ornaments, the major contributor to clutterness too can be just a lot of furniture, like too much furniture in the space there. So, you want to then, relook at that too. And if
Just to
there's
make
some
the space seem bigger.
Bigger, exactly. And if it's some worn pieces or a little bit outdated and stuff, we want to move those out of the space and potentially bring in some more modern furniture into the space there. A lot of people do think that by, moving their furniture against the walls and having that big open space there, makes the room feel bigger, but that's really not the case. I tend to usually just float that furniture and make nice little conversations, grounded by like an area rug and a sofa and 2 chairs and stuff, and kind of focusing on your focal point of the room, whether it be like a fireplace or built-ins or
Right.
Right.
And I also find that when it's so decluttered, I always try to tell my clients, like when the photographer's taking a picture, if there's a lot of stuff in the room, all that people are seeing is the stuff.
Exactly.
Where when the furniture's cleared and the little knicknacks are cleared and it's more of an open space, you're looking at the actual space of the room and they're picturing their furniture in there and their living space.
Exactly, right? So they can visualize themselves in that space. The other one is depersonalizing. So that's a big thing too. Because you're just trying to appeal to the majority, right? So, you want them to visualize that space as their own. So you want to remove and pack up any personal photos, frame photos on the wall, any magnets and, kids' wall art, or not wall art, sorry, kids' artwork. Anything that just is personal, you want to pack that up there. When we're in bathrooms and stuff, you want to clear your counter surfaces. You don't have like your personal toiletries or cosmetics and stuff. That's huge too. And also pets too. I mean, we love our pets there, but they're not for everybody. And it is best to then, remove the crates and the pet beds and bowls and toys and stuff when it comes to staging. So
yeah. And I do tell my clients, because I'm a pet lover, as everyone knows, once the house is staged and the pictures and the photography, like the video is done and whatnot, I mean, obviously there's practicality here. So if you need to put your pet crate back because your dog sleeps in the crate, then you put it back. But for Becky's, purpose, she basically does the staging to prepare for the pictures and the video.
Yes.
So, So Becky, when you say deep clean, can you accentuate on that a little bit?
Yeah, so really important to walk into a home that's, clean and fresh. So you really want to do a nice deep clean in the home there and almost clean again. And, even by that too, you want to do even some touch ups. So if there's hallways with high traffic and stuff, putting a fresh coat of paint on that, cleaning and touching up baseboards and door frames and doors that, have just aged and over time, that sort of stuff. You just really want to just have a clean place, an inviting place to invite those potential buyers into the space.
It's very important when you're listing, for sure. Becky, I'm sure you have some, but what are your pet peeves?
Ooh, so there are a few of them, but I think more so is just kind of what I discourage people to do. So sometimes when I go into a space and I see windows are blocked with a big piece of furniture. So whether it be a bed and a headboard's blocking a window.
Yes.
You really don't want your furnishings to rise above your sills.
Right.
So, you should find a blank wall that you can kind of reposition that bed there so that you're not obstructing the view there and the light to come in. You want as much light in as possible. So that's kind of a big thing, is I don't like to block the windows. What is another? Wall art. Sometimes wall art's a hard thing. A lot of people think that they have to have a lot of wall art around. And it's really important, I think, just to focus on a statement piece, whether it be over a sofa or over a console or a mirror in the front foyer versus having multiple smaller pieces around.
Yep.
And if you have smaller art, that's fine too, but maybe just, gather them together on a wall so they don't look lost. You know, sometimes you put a smaller piece on a wall or you put it up too high and it just looks very...
some of the high ones.
The high ones too, right? So it's just best to have that kind of more at the eye level and, and just, grouping that and just having a bigger piece and more of a statement piece than having a bunch of little pieces. Another thing too is, and I think for you too, it's the cords and the wires and stuff, there's always cords and wires with TVs and lamps and stuff, but, just try to encourage that if you have a plug behind a bed, go in behind the bed versus dangling it across the room there.
And that's really for picture purposes. People are looking at it, and if I look at it and I see it, it's one of my pet peeves for sure.
Yeah.
So hide your cords.
Hide your cords as much as possible, or just bundle them and just tidy them as much as possible as you can. Yeah.
And again, this is for staging. I mean, if everybody lives, we all live how we live, but it's for staging. We're talking in particular. Yes. Becky, what are your 3 favorite accessories?
Well, I think why my number one is pillows.
Pillows, my clients all know.
Yes, and they do know. I'm definitely pillow happy. I just feel like you can never have too many pillows. I just love them. You fluff them, chop them, layer them. It just adds just adding different sizes and colors and textures. It adds that dimension and it draws attention, right, to the space. So especially in bedrooms too, even a well-made bed is just really attractive too, right? You go in there, it's very welcoming. So layering in different pillows and textures, it goes a long way. I think it just makes it, completes a room. So
I agree. What is your average pillow count per staged home? Maybe we should have a contest for this. guess.
Guess how many?
Yeah.
How many would you think
Yeah.
that we take into a
gosh.
space?
Oh, God. Let me guess.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, because Becky does a lot of pillows in the bedroom, so each bedroom probably has 6 pillows, 18, 30.
It gets up there, right? It really does. Yeah. So on
Wow.
average, I bring in at least 25 to 35
Wow.
pillows per home, depending on the size of home, depending if we have
That's
finished
why we
basements.
need a new truck.
But that's right.
Yeah.
Can never have too many pillows. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does add up. There's a lot of pillows I bring into the space, but I think it does make a difference. So that is definitely my number
Yeah.
one. Number 2 is greenery.
Yes.
Love greenery. Just faux green. Love fresh stuff, but that's obviously not practical when it comes to staging. We've come a long way with our artificial greenery nowadays. We don't have that blue, greeny, silky, ugly stuff,
Yes,
right?
yep.
So you do have that real touch look, and it does make a difference in a space. I try to place a piece of greenery in every major space. It really pops in photos. It just kind of brings that sense of it's neutral, but it is still a bit of pop of color in the space there. So when you're kind of decluttering and moving everything out, just add a nice piece of greenery in there. It really makes a difference there. And it shows nice in photos as well. So.
Oh, it does, and it makes it feel almost, I don't know, just earthy, I guess.
And calming too,
Yeah.
right? There's just that sense of
the
calmness.
greenery,
And the
yeah.
green, you're kind of bringing a bit of the outdoors in, and it's a real calming, tranquil feeling. So.
What would you say your best place to buy greenery is? Is there a recommendation
Yeah,
for that?
so a lot of the tabletop ones, I actually have a lot of luck at Homesteads and Winners. They do have some great tabletop ones. Now the taller floor plants, I do purchase a lot from Urban Barn, have some really nice ones, but I also find lately Canadian Tire actually have had a great selection of that kind of real touch kind of look feel to it too. So those are some places that I usually shop for. So
Great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Becky, for sharing. We appreciate all your experience and
Yeah,
your
no
tips and
problem.
tricks. And those of you who've been lucky to work with Becky, I know you can appreciate her talent. And we certainly do here at the team. And thank you very much for watching this episode.
thank
Is
you.
there anything, I always ask at the end, is there anything that you recommend, or a book or something, or maybe even a TV show in staging purposes, or just for somebody to learn, learn
Yeah.
more about it? Is there any, or a YouTube channel?
But even TV, I love HGTV, the Magnolia channel and stuff. There's a ton of home renos and DIY shows and stuff like that. So you can learn a lot from those too.
Yeah.
So,
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure you can. So stay tuned for another episode. We'll have Becky in another episode making some crafts. We're going to have a few of those. And thanks again for watching. And
Yes.
thanks, Becky, for coming. And
Thank
have a
you.
great day.
Thanks for having me.